It's almost like they want everything to fall apart.
This is like something that you hear, yeah, we're going to have bail reform. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'll put on skin it again.
Yeah.
Bail reform. So what you're telling me is right now they have a huge problem in New Jersey with stolen cars. And these motherfuckers got it down to a science. They're stealing them, and they take them right to the port in Newark. There's no more middlemen. You know, in L.A. they got the Armenians chopping up cars. No, they just take them right to the port. You could see it on the GPS of your car. They take them right to Newark. They're waiting for the car. They know where you live. They know it's a half hour to Newark. The ship is there.
And where do they bring them?
They take them to whatever, Brazil to start a new currency. I don't know where the fuck they take them. But my point is that when those guys get arrested, they're out the next day.
Yeah.
And half of the shit that's going on, people are out the next day. Again.
Did you see the shoplifting statistics about New York? Of all of the shoplifting, it's like 600 people. And they've been arrested thousands of times.
Thousands of times.
Thousands of times. See if you can find the statistics, because it's so crazy. You can't believe that that's really it.
In New York, it takes 2 cops to arrest you.
So here it is. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Only 327 people. Collectively, they were arrested and rearrested more than 6,000 times. Some engaged in shoplifting as a trade, while others are driven by addiction or mental illness. The police did not identify the 327 people in the analysis. 327 people. Hey, maybe you should lock those folks up and you'd stop all of the shoplifting.
Well, that's
the idea that you shouldn't do that is so fucking... Do you understand how cities work? Do you understand how law and order works? Do you understand how peace works? You need peace officers. If you don't have peace officers, bad people are going to run amok, and they're not going to listen. This has been the case in all of human history. I mean, we know what the fucking equation is. It's not that all cops are bad. It's that there are some bad cops, and they should be exposed, and they should have better training, and they should be better funded. And they should be appreciated. And maybe if they're more appreciated, there would be less of this. And maybe we should figure out why the crime is happening in these cities in the first place. Maybe figure out why these disenfranchised communities are the same every fucking year, decade after decade, with no federal funding, why we ship billions of dollars over to Ukraine. And what did we spend in Afghanistan? And what did we spend? Come on. It's not like you can't make some real steps to fix this nationwide as a country. But defunding the police is not one of them. That's
not one of them.
That's a dumb way to approach it.
Punishment is so fucking important.
Yeah.
I understand the slap in the wrist. I got a ton of them. And what did that do?
Nothing.
What did that do? All those slaps on the wrist, I was cool.
Right.
Probation,
you got a little
write
record.
a letter.
You were legit.
What did they do? What did they do? They let me run amok from 1983 to 1988 when I got busted. I wish I would have got arrested once and for all. But all those stupidity things, that I was doing, whether it was in San Francisco, I got arrested in all those places. But they were dumb enough to let me out.
What did you get arrested for?
Doesn't matter. Stupid shit, theft of over $200, possession of stolen tools, possession of this, only one weed possession. That was my second arrest, was weed, and I got a 6-month probation, which I had a half ounce on me. I get it. I paid a fine, $1.25 or something like that. Did it defray me? Did it deter me from getting high?
No.
I wish they nail you, and that sentence that judge gave me, that's a sentence they got to give people. 0 to 4 years. Reconsideration after a year. If you really do it. Just to show you the bowels of what it is. If after a year I don't reconsider you, pretty much you're going to be in there for the rest of your fucking life. You take somebody, you punish them heavy the first time, and then you see what direction they go. One thing, when I walked out of that prison cell, I knew I was going to still do coke and Joe. I knew I was still going to steal. I just knew how to change my ways a little bit. I knew I wasn't going back in there. This goes back to shoplifting. When you shoplift, they have theft over 200 and theft under 200. And in different states, different counties, it's all different. I don't know what it is.
Well, now in places it's like
It's-
$900.
yeah, $900.
So people are just walking out of stores and no one's stopping them.
Exactly. So it used to be that I could go to a place, a supermarket, and try to rob a fucking lobster tail for $100, and they give me a ticket. A ticket. I'll live with a ticket all day long. I'll take that ticket and shove it up my ass. It's me going down to the station, getting processed, fingerprinted. That's what deters you. That's the shit that deters you, Joe. And that's what they're not understanding. They don't have enough programs for people. Listen, when you go to prison in this country, all you're doing is warehousing me and put me back out. You warehouse me with guys that are smarter than me and now gave me new ways to make money, to steal. If I was stealing with a gun before, now they taught me how to steal with a computer. What do you think's going to happen? There's no programs in there. They don't talk to you. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's up to you to give a fuck. There's no Chinese food in prison. There's no fucking tons of things in prison, so I didn't belong there. So I know I wasn't going to go back. Knock on wood. I stayed out. But think about the people who weren't as lucky as me. The percentages. The percentages are horrible.
The percentages of most men who grow up in crime-ridden neighborhoods are horrible. It's very hard to get out. You got to find something, whether it's music or entertainment or sports or something. You might have a wild idea for a business that catches on, but Jesus Christ, the odds are stacked against you.
The odds are stacked. And what happens when you do get convicted with that felony? I can't do nothing. Still, to this day, I can't do anything, Joe. I can't go get a retirement job at Costco. I can't volunteer at Costco. I can't get a volunteer's job at a fucking rec center, maybe helping taking old people out to a movie or something like that just to give back to the community. I can't do that. Can't do that. That liquidated me from anything. I found out the last 3 years how worthless I really was. That's why I sell weed.